We say, you know, in a democracy, parties should come to the election. Boycott, you can. It's not a game where you win by not playing. No, it is a game where you have to play in order to win. And BNP or whichever other party, they should, you know, put themselves forward. The you know, the political landscape can be also improved. I know that one of the grassroots BNP, as it's called, the Trinamul BNP, it took about 9 years before they were registered. No, sorry, not 9 years. From 2015 to 2013, 8 years with successive attempts in the courts before they could register, before it was accepted that they had all the trappings of a political party in terms of their associations, articles of associations, their members, etc. So I really regret that. That is not the way. I mean, the electioneering should be free in itself, as participatory as possible. And those associations and groups and organizations that meet the criteria for being a political party, they should be allowed to run. And I very much hope that that will happen the next time.
From the back.
And I hear that the sound works well. So, yes, this year, it's nearly 40 years ago that I first worked in Bangladesh as an economist with the Planning Commission, Porikopna Montranaloy. And I have ever since followed economic development as well as governance and sustainability issues in this country very closely. And I don't call myself half Bangladeshi, I don't know the percentage, but I'm not unfamiliar with your society and what's going on. So we have a short report on our observations. Yesterday we were able to be in 4 electoral constituencies, Dhaka 10, Dhaka 19, Dhaka 20, as well as Narayanganj 1. So I have 3 key points that I want to make at this introduction. And of course we know the context of the elections, violence, arsons, terrible, terrible things that happened. This violence has claimed many lives, caused injuries to, you know, many people, human sufferings, and nothing can justify those kind of incidents, that kind of violence. Freedoms and human rights of Bangladeshi people were jeopardized by this way, that violence that happened in the run-up to these elections. And we would like, you know, to be sure that that does not ever happen again. That should be a really high priority for the government as well as for civil society. Now, the boycott of the elections, in our view, or in my view, speaking here for myself, it does not invalidate the outcomes of the 12th national elections. So, of course, we think that all registered parties should participate in all elections as much as possible, national as well as municipal elections. So we don't think the boycott means that the elections were not valid. A point from our observations here back, you know, in the various constituencies. Mark, who will speak after me, and myself, we were in Narayanganj. We managed to observe 7 distinct polling stations. So we think that the voting procedures that we have seen, including personal identification, confidentiality, secrecy of ballots, access for people, even with limited mobility, etc., access for scope for voting for women, but also transgender, it was very impressive. We were deeply impressed. We noted, we were present at the counting of the ballots in one particular polling station, and we think that was all done in a very transparent, rigorous, and trustworthy way. So that's an important message. The run-up to the elections were very flawed. There was a boycott, but it doesn't mean that the outcomes are not invalid. And what we observed firsthand yesterday at these constituencies, at these polling stations, we were very impressed with how that was managed, how that was conducted. So we also thank the presiding officers of these stations that they were working very hard, very seriously with their teams. We kind of congratulate them for their endurance. And of course, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we thank them for their logistical assistance. It would have been great had we been able to visit more constituencies, but security considerations made that very difficult. And we thank Secular Citizens Bangladesh for supporting our mission here. Thank you, and over to my colleague Mark.